in today's Monday 4th of August 2024. And we are on day in today's Monday 4th of August 2024. Okay. And we are on day. Okay, here we are. Perfect. So we're streaming live, guys. So make sure you are in your best behavior. We also recording, and I'm gonna go directly to us. We see right here. I go to perfect. Let's listen to silence, and we're gonna do this together. So let's start with silence.
Welcome, luminous soul. You are now entering a field beyond logic, a vast ocean of living intelligence. This space holds no gaps, no waiting, no missing pieces. You are not becoming whole. You already are. In this timeless realm, there's no yesterday pulling at you, and no tomorrow rushing in. Only now, only power, only pure presence. And in this moment, you are not simply waking up from sleep. You are awakening to the depth of your true identity. You are not just someone existing. You are a creator, a conscious extension of the divine. You carry the ability to reshape reality with your attention, to bend probability with your emotion, to mold the future with the clarity of your now. Let your breath guide you home. Inhale slowly through your nose and hold. Let the breath stretch gently inside your chest. Exhale with ease, letting tension melt from your shoulders, your face, your jaw. Inhale again, slower, fuller, filling not just your lungs but your heart space. Let it lift your rib cage. Let it awaken your awareness. Now exhale, releasing everything you don't need to carry anymore. Drop into the rhythm of your breath. With each inhale, you soften into the moment. With each exhale, you release the static of the outer world. You are safe here. You are still. You are deeply attuned to the presence within. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head. Visualize a stream of golden light pouring in. A radiant, intelligent force flowing down from the quantum field. This light is not imagined. It is real. It is the energetic code that orchestrates life. Allow it to enter your crown, infusing your brain with clarity and creativity. Feel it activating ideas, illuminating forgotten potentials. Let it move downward, into your throat, unlocking expression, freeing your voice, softening your truth. Let it travel into your heart, opening you wide to love. not just as a feeling, but as a frequency you now radiate. Feel the light flood your solar plexus, awakening your confidence, empowering your will, setting your inner fire ablaze. Let it flow into your core, where the true you lives. Feel your body remembering its purpose. Feel your energy becoming magnetic, alive, awake. You are no longer waiting to receive miracles. You are becoming the source through which they arrive. I create from a foundation of love and trust. I stand anchored in power that doesn't waver. Today I choose clarity over confusion, intention over reaction, and purpose over passivity. Abundance finds me not because I chase it, but because I align with the frequency of truth. My very presence is a magnet for goodness, for ease, for elevation. Wealth, vitality, opportunity, they recognize me now. Every cell in my body vibrates with the knowing that I am worthy. My heart is open and courageous. My thoughts are centered and supportive. My actions are decisive and inspired. I attract without force. I receive without apology. I give without fear of depletion. I am the source and the receiver. Let your body become still once again. Let the outer world dissolve into background static. You are entering deeper waters now. The realm of your subconscious mind. In this space, your nervous system recalibrates. Your internal wiring rewrites itself to match who you're becoming. Here you are no longer conditioned by the past. You are redefined by the vision you hold. Every breath you take in this state becomes a tool for transformation. There is nothing you need to fix or force. You are simply receiving what has always belonged to you. Let the stillness work on your behalf. Let the field remember your name. Let it draw toward you the timeline where everything is already aligned. I am encoded with the blueprint of greatness. Every fiber of my being carries the frequency of success. I no longer wait to be chosen, I choose myself. The universe supports this with unwavering accuracy. Today, synchronicities guide me like breadcrumbs from the divine. I am never off path. I am always in motion toward more of who I truly am. I allow money, solutions, and meaningful connections to flow into my experience. I trust my instincts, they are my compass. I know what to do and I trust when to do it. There is no delay when I move in alignment. I don't need to see the whole path. I only need to take the next step in faith. I am no longer limited by the imagined borders of my past. My subconscious is fertile ground for new beginnings. I plant truth here, and it grows into an unshakable reality. The life I once imagined is now my current experience. Everything I desired now moves toward me with momentum. I meet life halfway with passion, with presence, with purpose. I celebrate the unknown because I trust that it's holding something far more expansive than what I planned. I stand in my power today, not because I have all the answers, but because I've remembered that I am the answer. The universe doesn't require perfection, only participation, and I am fully participating now. Begin to return to this moment. Feel your hands, feel your face, feel the weight of your body. But notice, you are not returning as the same person who arrived. You are lighter, you are clearer, you are aligned. You carry a different frequency now, one that reality cannot ignore. When you open your eyes, the world will reflect the shift inside you. You'll begin to see signs, because you are no longer waiting. You are remembering.
Right. So there we have it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're streaming live now in YouTube. And this is the silence portion of today's Savers. And this is your guide master for the first part. And Gregory will be working on the affirmation. And let's make the list. So who will do the visualization part?
I can do it.
Who's gonna do the exercise or question?
Good morning, with your permission. I put a video to Tai Chi exercise in the group.
Okay.
Could you please put it?
Okay. Marta video. And then we have the scribing.
I'll do the scribing.
Scribing, Steve. So welcome everybody. Welcome Candido Lawrence, Rosaura, Steve, Victor, Gregory, and Marta. We are collectively doing service and wellness today together. So we finished this silence. And we're going to go to Gregory for affirmation. And whenever you're ready, remember we're streaming live Monday to Friday in YouTube.
Awesome. Great morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about all the great things we have in us. So let's begin the affirmation.
Is flowing to me. Positive affirmations in 3 minutes. In this recording, we'll focus on a handful of powerful statements. I'll leave extra space after each affirmation so you can let them sink in. Then we'll repeat them again. Take a deep breath, and let's begin. Everything I want is flowing to me. This universe is filled with grand potential. I am riding a wave of momentum. There is so much good flowing into my life now. Positive energy is all around me. Everything I want is flowing to me. This universe is filled with grand potential. I am riding a wave of momentum. There is so much good flowing into my life now. Positive energy is all around me. Great job. So take this positive, empowering feeling with you throughout your day. Let it fill you up and influence the people around you. Let's create a ripple effect of good today.
Great morning. That concludes our affirmation for today. I give it back to you. Thank you.
Okay, Victor, got the power.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to stay with the affirmation, and I want you to visualize and not just, let's try to really plug in here. Let's not just go, I'm visualizing something and then just kind of see it blandly and go, yep, you know, I've been trying to achieve this new goal, right? I've been trying to do more walking. I'm trying to remember some of the things that we're doing, right? I want to drink more water. I want to be healthier. I want to overcome, sugar problems, pressure problems. I want to get a new job. I want to, or better yet, I don't want to limit myself. I want to have different revenue streams. I want to be solid in that area. I want to see relationships change that I've been wanting to see change. All those things, whichever one is yours, even if I didn't mention it, you know what it is that you want to see come to pass. And I want you to take a moment now, and I want you to really just visualize what exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean to the fine point. If you're going before someone for an interview, for a new opportunity, visualize the suit you're going to wear, visualize the shirt you're going to wear, the tie. If you're trying to mend a relationship, visualize what you would say to that person if you had the opportunity to fix it. If you're trying to get better results in your health, what do those results look like? How do you get to that point? What are the steps that you need to take? Visualize it and block me out once you find that thing that you're doing. I'm just making sure that you understand the exercise. What exactly is that thing that you're chasing? We've been doing savers for a long time now. What are you after? What does that look like? Have you seen parts of it? What does the completion of it look like? Where do you need to go? Where are you driving to? What does your final destination look like? Is it raining? Is it shiny? Is the road bumpy? Is the road smooth? You going to the beach today? What is the ocean going to smell like? What is it going to feel like? Or maybe you're just going to go and have a nice breakfast somewhere. You're meeting someone for breakfast. What are you going to have? How's the plate going to come out? How is the chef going to plate your dish? You want to see your bank account grow. You want to see your finances be better. What is the balance in your bank account? I'm fixated on $10 million, 367,968 and 33 cents. I've been fixated on that for quite some time. How are you going to get there, Victor? What does that feel like in your bank account? What does it feel like to open up a bank account? If I sent you money, I'm going to steal from Greg in the past year. If I sent you $10 million this morning, what does that feel like in your bank account? What are the things that you would start doing? Where would you go? Is it a trip that you've been wanting to take? Is it people that you've been wanting to help? What does it look like after you've put in that work? And you put in a lot of work. You've been walking every day. You've been taking your medication. You've been, adding. What does it feel like when you show up to the doctor and the doctor checks your vitals and says, wow, you really did it. I cannot believe the results that I am seeing. You're doing so well. What did you do? How did you do it? What did you do? What do you tell the doctor? What do you say? How does it feel to be better? To have all your vitals be exactly where you've been working to have them? You're running a race. You want to run the marathon. What does it feel like when you're coming in through Central Park and it's just a couple of miles to go and you've seen your friends and your family and you see Dr. Piña? Or maybe you won't see Dr. Piña, he'll be in Europe. But what does it feel like? People holding up Victor signs. What does that feel like? What do you need to do to be able to get into that glory position to approach the end? What does it feel like when you finally cross it and you've done it? Where do you want to be at that place in your life? Take another 30 seconds now because I've driven you to that place. Now take 30 seconds to really let that victory sink in. Do it in silence. as we approach the end of our time, take a deep breath and breathe in that victory. Nice long deep breath. And now repeat after me. I did it. Let's say it again. And this time say it with conviction and really feel your victory. And that's where we'll end. I did it. Thank
Right.
you. Blessed day, everybody.
Thank you, Victor. And let's go to check the Tai Chi. And we're ready.
This is going to be fun.
Gimnasia se llama el remedio contra 100 enfermedades. Ya era conocida en la antigua China y sigue siendo eficaz hasta hoy. La circulación sanguínea mejora, el flujo linfático se activa, los edemas desaparecen y la presión arterial se normaliza. El hígado inicia un proceso de desintoxicación, limpiando el organismo de toxinas y desechos. El metabolismo se acelera y el nivel de grasa subcutánea disminuye. Solo 3 minutos de esta gimnasia reemplazan 1 hora de correr. Desde el primer minuto, el cuerpo se libera. Los bloqueos y tensiones desaparecen. A partir del segundo minuto, la sangre comienza a circular activamente y se activa el drenaje linfático. A partir del tercer minuto, la niebla mental se disipa. La energía y el estado de ánimo aumentan. Poca gente lo sabe, pero esta antigua gimnasia china es capaz, en poco tiempo, de aliviar todos los dolores del cuerpo. Estas perlas chinas reemplazarán todo.
This is it. Very good, very fast, very nice. So let's go to the question to us. And let's go to Gregory. To Steve.
All right, good morning.
Hey.
Hey, Dr. P, could you share, give me the power right quick? I'll post the question so everybody can see it.
Let me give you the power right now.
Yes, sir.
And I think you have it.
All right, so let me go over here to share. All right. Here we are. So, reflect on a mistake you made and the lessons you learned. Again, reflect on a mistake you made and the lessons you learned. Go ahead, take 2 to 3 minutes, write it out, and we'll get right back to it. Give about 45 more seconds. All right. I'll start. If you're still writing, go ahead and write. So, a mistake that I made and the lessons I learned from it, reflecting back, um, it's something I had discussed with Dr. Piña a while ago, is being trusting of colleagues and friends, family. So I was very trusting of one friend that I worked with, and in turn, he used that friendship against me to um, go for a job that I was going for at the same time, and he knew that I was going for it, and I was more qualified for it. But being that he was neighbors with one of the managers, it worked out in his favor. But I mean, in the end, I did get a even better job. But it just helped me to look back and just uh, know that when it comes to like business and colleagues, that there are sometimes there really are no true friends. You have to watch the information that you give out and be mindful of your surroundings and be mindful that sometimes people aren't really your friends. So that's a valuable lesson I had to learn when dealing with business. All right. Candido, what do you have, my friend? A lesson that you learned, of a mistake you made, and a lesson you learned.
Yes, the mistake that, good morning, everyone. The mistake that have been doing over here in the Dominican Republic is be too open, friendly, and nice, and give it to the people and to the friends. And I learned that they don't value enough and they don't respect you enough when you are like that.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Most definitely. I totally agree. Victor, how about you, my friend? Mistake you made and the lesson you learned.
Good morning, everyone. Again. Um, so for me it's not a particular mistake, but it's it's a reoccurring theme. Um, Too many times I've known that something bad was going to happen, and because I didn't want the circumstances to change, I didn't do enough to get out of that situation before the bad thing happened. Yesterday, I was in Washington, D.C., and I was talking to my good friends, Natalie and Neil. Natalie was one of my best friends in college, and I've grown very close with her and her husband, and we've been on vacations, and both of our kids are going to college now. And so, and we were just kind of talking about, my professional situation. And as I was telling them, um, my friend Neil was like, um, it sounds to me like you knew that they were gunning for you at this last job. Like, why did you just let them fire you? Like, why didn't you get out of there before that? And I had a valid excuse, right? I just started this job less than 2 years ago. And I was already in a situation where I was having to explain why I was at the other jobs for a short period of time. Um, and that may be true, and that is very hard to explain and move on from. But the reality is, when I got put on a performance improvement plan, rarely do people get put on that for any other reason than they're just trying to create a paper trail to fire you. And I knew for almost 3 months, um, leading up to that point, that they were already gunning for me. And I knew when they put me on that performance improvement plan that they were probably going to fire me. And what I did was I tried to find another job, but I was more focused on how to keep that job and how to preserve it because I didn't want to lose that job. I didn't want to lose that income. And the same was true the other two times that I lost my job. I didn't take that warning. I didn't take God's heed. Um, Go run for the hills. I instead turned around and tried to fight that battle rather than let those circumstances just land upon me. And the lesson that I learned is that um, I know I'm smart. I know I can see things. I know I hear from God. I know what bad smelling situations like. I need to do a better job of when something is not right and I see danger, I shouldn't just try to think that I can solve it. When I hear that alert saying, leave the building, there's a fire, right? Don't sit there and ask questions and wonder if the place is going to burn or not. Grab your stuff and get the hell out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You definitely have to listen to you and watch for precursors that lead to certain situations. So very, very insightful. Thank you, Victor.
Well, the thing is, Steve, that um, sometimes we just are just holding on to something, and you just don't want to let it go, and so you don't see the wisdom in saying, "Oh well, there's going to be better," or "There's going to be, um, there's going to be another opportunity."
Yeah, thank you.
Can I go,
Well,
Steve?
yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah, Victor, just related to that, I saw a video the other day that Steve Harvey was talking to somebody. Um, and he said, sometimes if you don't want to go, God makes the choice for you. So um, I'll see if I can find the video. It was pretty great. He was sitting there with a guy who had worked in doing computer stuff and ultimately decided he wanted to be a cook. So he worked with him to help get him training at culinary school and do it actually, was sort of his gift. So anyway, um, what did I learn from the mistake you made? And it's not super specific, but I just said from working with different companies to not think they have my best interest in mind. It's ultimately for me to stick up for myself. So I've learned a lot of lessons from dealing with the recent company that I had as a vendor that now I've moved on to with a different company, and it's been a completely different experience. One of the guys who I work with at the new place was saying, he's like, wow, there was a pretty low bar, because I had said, like, answer the phone. That's something I wanted the previous one to do. And like somebody would call needing help and they wouldn't even be able to get help because they wouldn't even answer the phone. It would just go to voicemail and then they would, cascade into something that would take hours for somebody to even get back to. But meanwhile, you're paying for that service to have that 24/7 help. But if people can't get it, it doesn't matter. So um, that's it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. Rosara, the mistake you made and the lesson you learned.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I remember once that during a community workshop, I a community workshop about special education issues. I mentioned that parents needs to be more involved in their students' education. One parent felt offensive and she challenges. She says she's always at the meeting, so much issues that she have to navigate or whatever. So I learned that words matter deeply, especially when parents are going through so many other issues. We got to be careful with the words that we use because then it could touch other people's hearts.
Yeah, that's true. Words can either build up or tear down. So that's a very valid point, Miguel. Thank you. All right, moving along. Gregory, my friend, mistake you made and the lesson you learned, sir.
Early in my sales career, I was often focused on hitting my targets, so much that I rushed through some of the sales process, and I just try to push for a quick sale. You know how that feels like, without fully understanding what the customer's timeline or decision-making process, and that led to some setbacks. So I learned that patience and proper qualifications are key. Rushing can lead to missed red flags, and without a clear understanding, it's not going to stick. So now I spend more time asking a lot more questions, mapping out their journey, and making sure that it's aligned with where they want to go. So that's a big lesson learned.
Yes, sir. Patience, slow and steady wins the race sometimes. I agree. Thank you, sir. All right. Martha. Good morning, Martha. What is a mistake you made and the lesson you learned from it?
Good morning. Good morning. Um, I I made a big mistake with some friend. We are friends for a long time, and we take class and do a lot of workshop together. And I appreciate it very much this lady. Um, I have a another friend, and we are in some place, and she coming to me and say, "Oh, Marta, I lose my purse. Um, what? I don't know. I was in the bathroom. I left in the bathroom, and some lady come to the bathroom, and I go out, and this lady uh take my purse, my friend, no? I say, wow. I send the message. Ay, Dios mío. In this moment, I think about it. I feel so bad because how I believe in the new friend, no? And because she tell me, oh, this lady come after me to the bathroom and take my purse. And I send a message to my friend. Um, I very polite, in the beginning, and say the time, the good thing that I know from her, and the person that I believe she is. But then I say, I tell about the situation, and she say, Malta, you believe that I take this part? No, Malta, you know me, never. Yeah, I saw something, maybe I show, I say, I do it. I said, no, no, no. And then a couple of, some like 2 or 3 days, I know from another person, the lady lay the purse in another place, and she don't call me to say, Malta, I find my purse. I lay in the in the cultural Dominican cultural, and the another person tell me, Malta, she find the purse in some place. Somebody call. I say, Dios mío, mira, my face coming down, very embarrassed me. I say, for what reason I go too quick to accuse? How? I never did that. Never. I go to accuse this lady that I know for a long time about the something that somebody new tell me. Really, I don't be I I really feel very bad, and then I I take I made the excuse to my friend, and but she feeling bad. I said I can't believe Marta, but this may stay. Um, may tell me they don't take the thing too fast, and don't just like we reading a lot about the careful that we have to do, and the good thing that we have to do. Don't just anybody, and don't take the another person problem, like you have a solution. You know the it's really uh, I can believe because I talking at too much, but this part I don't like from me. Yeah, I learn to be quiet in this time, take time. Don't rush to say something, and also it's not good for the another person. It's very dangerous for me and for this person. Um, this I can believe this big mistake that I make. I can believe. I really was so bad for me. Thank you.
Thank you,
And have
Dr. Hill.
a great day.
Hey,
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
we're not supposed to comment on other people's stuff, but I just want to encourage you and tell you that mistakes happen, and you should probably understand where that mistake came from. It came from your compassionate, and it came from a place of sometimes when we're very compassionate people and we're action oriented and we see a situation that needs help, we feel like we need to step in and do something right away. And sometimes we don't get all the facts straight and we start walking towards a solution that really isn't a problem to begin with, right? And so I think for all of us, it's a lesson learned to take a breath and make sure that we understand exactly what we're doing before we step into taking action.
Very, very well put, Victor. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Pena, a mistake you
Thank
made
you,
and a lesson
Victor.
you learned.
Thank you, Victor.
So the piece I call it the one for 25 years. Too many women, too many troubles, but I learned to please and satisfy the one for 25 years without adulations or validation. I integrated myself with the proper principles, values, presence, and awareness. And by doing so, I am making one happy most of the time.
Most of the time, I like that. I like that. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your participation. Always greatly appreciated. And with that, we'll move on to the reading of Dr. King.
Right. So the board of directors met on Sunday, and we're planning to have uh, one or two more saver. One at 6 p.m. a.m., one at 7 a.m. And also, we're planning to do at least 1 hour whenever we meet. So try not to go beyond the hour. So let's see how we can conquer that every day, Monday to Friday, when someone is guiding. So make sure that we can have the whole savers just in 1 hour. And whomever wanted to be the guide master, permanent guide master of the 6 a.m. or the 7 a.m., we can discuss that. The the board of director met were Lawrence and Victor, and we're gonna meet the first Sunday of every month so that we can progress, define the bylaws, and defines the descriptions of each one of us. We sent already a website, and we're trying to get more members. We know that we cannot have a lot of members, so we can not everybody cannot talk in 1 hour, but we're gonna try to do that. So we have 8 minutes, and let's see what we can do in 8 minutes. Candido, you want to say something? No? Okay.
No.
Right. Let's go to the discussion of the book of today, and we're going to go to the law that we're discussing, which is, I believe, is law number 32. Play to people's. No, that's another one. It's discover each man's thumb screw.
Observance number 4. Arabella Huntington, wife of the great late 19th century railroad magnate Collis P. Huntington, came from humble origins and always struggled for social recognition among her wealthy peers. When she gave a party in her San Francisco mansion, few of the social elite would show up. Most of them took her for a gold digger, not their kind. Because of her husband's fabulous wealth, art dealers courted her. But with such condescension, they obviously saw her as an upstart. Only one man of consequence treated her differently, the dealer Joseph Devine. For the first few years of Devine's relationship with Arabella, he made no effort to sell expensive art to her. Instead, he accompanied her to fine stores, chatted endlessly about queens and princesses he knew, on and on. At last, she thought, a man who treated her as an equal, even a superior in high society. Meanwhile, if Devine did not try to sell art to her, he did subtly educate her in his aesthetic ideas, namely that the best art was the most expensive art. And after Arabella had soaked up his way of seeing things, Devine would act as if she had always had exquisite taste, even though before she met him, her aesthetics had been abysmal. When Collis Huntington died in 1900, Arabella came into a fortune. Suddenly she started to buy expensive paintings, by Rembrandt and Velázquez, for example, and only from Devine. Years later, Devine sold her Gainsborough's Blue Boy for the highest price ever paid for a work of art at the time, an astounding purchase for a family that previously had shown little interest in collecting. Interpretation. Joseph Devine instantly understood Arabella Huntington and what made her tick. She wanted to feel important, at home in society. Intensely insecure about her lower-class background, she needed confirmation of her new social status. Devine waited. Instead of rushing into trying to persuade her to collect art, he subtly went to work on her weaknesses. He made her feel that she deserved his attention, not because she was the wife of one of the wealthiest men in the world, but because of her own special character. And this completely melted her. Devine never condescended to Arabella. Rather than lecturing to her, he instilled his ideas in her indirectly. The result was one of his best and most devoted clients, and also the sale of the Blue Boy. People's need for validation and recognition, their need to feel important, is the best kind of weakness to exploit. First, it is almost universal. Second, exploiting it is so very easy. All you have to do is find ways to make people feel better about their taste, their social standing, their intelligence. Once the fish are hooked, you can reel them in again and again, for years. You are filling a positive role, giving them what they cannot get on their own. They may never suspect that you are turning them like a thumbscrew. And if they do, they may not care, because you are making them feel better about themselves. And that is worth any price.
Perfect. So we're going to stop the observation number 4 on interpretation. And we're going to get exactly 10 minutes. And let's have the reading 10 minutes right now. So, and we are on this amazing law. Difficult to apply. Discover each man's thumbscrew. The story of Arabella Huntington and Joseph Dubin.
You know, these last couple of laws have been very hard to palate for a lot of reasons, and I think we're all clear why. Um, some of them have resolved manipulation, some of them have, involved, just different things that are kind of uncomfortable sometimes. And um, I continue to remind myself that when it comes to these laws, that even though some of them are uncomfortable or maybe not in my personality, that there's overall value in understanding the overall power of understanding these concepts. And so I was just trying to figure out, how do I feel good about this law? And what it dawned on me was that um, while I don't want to understand someone's weaknesses to destroy them, I think of someone like Dr. Pina, where I want to know your weaknesses and your deficiencies and your problems, right? And I find people's vulnerability and weaknesses and use that for a good act. I think I can be okay with this law, but I just can't be okay with it if it's to learn someone's vulnerability to benefit myself somehow.
So the questions that I have in this law, it's like being a good salesman, like Duvin, Joseph Duvin, to Arabella Hunt, and educating her in the art of dealing and getting her Rembrandt and Velasquez and the Gainsborough's Blue Boy that is right there, and knowing her weakness. She needs validation, but also she needs assurance. Someone who knows, someone who not gonna send a false Velasquez or Rembrandt, and that she will have the Gainsborough's Blue Boy. That, by the way, is inexpensive. You might say, yeah, there's some kind of manipulations right there, but also he's been a good salesman. I don't know what you think about that, Gregory. Is Gregory there? So the law is well applied with this one, but also how much of a good salesman he's been, because you need to know your customer, and you need to know your customer, even the weakness that they have, so that you can serve them. And the idea is to serve them well with the truth, no false Velasquez, no false Gainsborough, but the real one. Of course, maybe it could be a little bit expensive, but how much expensive it will be? The land that you buy, the house that you have, the painting that you have when it grows in value.
I think that this law could be well applied for the salesman, the people that sell products, because when you know the needs, when you know whatever your client wants, you can just appeal to that you just want have to push this button and you're gonna get all the time you're gonna get the sell. So this law opened my eyes in order to dig in the need of the people, not to manipulate them, because I sometimes I feel the book is too manipulative and too the book is trained too much in the way to take advantage of the people. But in this case, me that used to be a salesman, I feel that you know the needs of the people that you wanna sell or the button to push, you're gonna get successful in it.
Hmm. We have 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Rosaura, Steve, Lawrence. He came to be a good psychologist, to be a good observer of people behaviors, and so that you know who is who, and you know that go in terms of with all the lessons that we learn from the mistake that we do, and is to follow the best advices and never do things alone. Have the best people that have your best wishes and intentions at heart, and that's is you just learn with time. You know, you have to know people psychology and real intentions and seeing them as they are, so that you can avoid those who want something from you indirectly is manipulated to their advantage only, and most likely to destroy you, or to use you, because that's what this discover each man's thumbscrew. um no psychology, most likely. Okay, guys, so we're streaming YouTube live. This is via Service Awareness Club. We will go tomorrow, Observance of the Law 5. And if we have time enough, we'll do the interpretations reversal. And there is a couple of 5 extra lessons from this chapter. This is a very long one. This is a very long one. So thank you for everybody participating in the let's do it together today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning as always. See you. Bye bye.